guys, this is my Arduino multifunction platform, and today I'm going to use it to show you the functionality of the EEPROM on the Arduino. Now the EEPROM is a memory storage that is able to store values even when the Arduino is set off. Or in other words, you can store values by a sketch into the EEPROM memory of the Arduino, and it will stay stored even after you turn off the Arduino, so you can recover it later on. And the multifunction Arduino is a beautiful way of demonstrating that. On this experiment, I left previously, the night previous to right now that I'm talking, I let the Arduino on and storing the values of the temperature once every hour. And so now I'm going to show you how on a sketch, how I stored those values. And then I'm going to show you another sketch where I retrieve those values. I can retrieve them by two different ways. I can either retrieve them on the LCD screen. I'll put a short clip of the both menus that show up. The menu for writing the values on the sketch on the EEPROM memory, then another menu which shows us the values that were stored on the LCD screen, and then I have a separate sketch on the Arduino IDE, which is relative to the platform, that will retrieve the values from the EEPROM and present them on a graph on the serial plotter. So a lot to show. Let's get into it. This is a sketch I wrote to include the functionality of the EEPROM. Now, first of all, you have to include the library of the EEPROM right over here. And then the EEPROM is actually very simple to use. All you have to do is store into the address the value you want to store. And let me show you down here. Of course, I have the options over here, the menu options. I already have their cases written. As you can see, they're both basically the same. You see in the screens how they lay out, and if you press the joystick button, we go back to the main menu, and the functionality will only start after you press the main menu button. Now, how the EEPROM works, let me find the functions. Here you go. This is the read, and let's talk about the write function first over here. Now, in the menu, in the display, I have the times, the hour being displayed just for control, to better control the user, and so I'm not going to explain that. That will be for the RTC video. Now let's go into how we write. Okay, here we go. Here is the if condition. Here's where I write the values to the EEPROM. So I have an if condition right over here, and that if condition is telling the sketch that each time the seconds equals 0 and the minutes equals 0, which means, this is badly writ over here, this is from a previous experiment, which means that the EEPROM will have a value stored once every hour, because as you can see the logic, each time the seconds and minutes are 0, that means an hour has come. And so I write a message to the LCD indicating that a value is being stored to the address. I write down the value being stored and the address to which that value is being stored to. And so to write the value there, all I do is use this command, the EEPROM writes. I indicate the address that is going to be used, and I indicate the value that I want to be stored into that address. Then I increase the address, I increment it by one value, so that the next time the loop is going over and another hour has come, the the sketch will write another different value into the new address that will be next, and there, and so on and so on, until all recordings are made, depending on what you are recording. In this case, I was storing the temperature throughout the night, and so my storing value variable is the DHT sensor read temperature value, and that way we analyze the temperature throughout the night. This is one great example of how the EEPROM is very useful. Now, to retrieve those values, I have the read function over here, and simply I have this for loop which it increments the value of the address starting at 0 and moving on until the predetermined EEPROM address total, which I populated with the number 10. So I have 10 values showing out, but you can change that at will. So, and all I do is print onto the LCD screen the address, and the value that was stored on the address. And so that's basically it. I made this for loop that you see in the video. It makes the numbers scroll down until 10 and then repeat again. And this is for the EEPROM functionality on the platform. Since I couldn't fit the explanation of both sketches in the same video, I had to make the explanation of this project with two videos. I just explained you how my platform works with the EEPROM memory of the Arduino to store and display data on the LCD. Next, on the next video, I'm going to show you how I display the values that were stored in the EEPROM on the serial plotter, but that is with a different sketch and a different video. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.